So, tantric practice is based on the understanding that you are a creator and there is an unbroken chain of awareness that encompasses everything in the universe, that your mind is everywhere, and it's up to you how to interpret things and what you want in your life and what you want to be. So the tantric practice puts you in touch with yourself as a creator. When you are in that consciousness, the God consciousness, there are all kinds of practices you can do, or even before you're in the God consciousness, just when you say, I am, you are bringing forth the light. So I am what? Well, you can say, I am a white fire being from the heart of the great central sun. That is incredibly powerful. And you can say, I am the great divine director of my life and world. There are many, many practices that we can do. We could do this for years and not run out of practices. So the violet was just one. This is what Saint Germain gave me to bring forth at this time, the practice of the violet Tara, because this is a doorway. You have to enter a door somewhere, whether it's the green Tara or the white Tara or the violet Tara. You have to begin somewhere. So we begin, this particular group is beginning with the violet Tara because it's something new where there are not a lot of other ideas floating around about how it should or should not be done. There are many Buddhist groups and they do the green Tara practice differently. So this is a gift from Saint Germain that I'm trying to bring forth at this time, and specifically designed for Westerners to understand the fullness of these teachings. Saint Germain gave the basis of the I am back in the 1930s, but he didn't give the meditation part of it. It was simply what happens when you say I am. And he taught about the ascended masters, but he didn't really work with understanding so much the nature of mind. So he has asked me to bring forth more of the teachings that go along with the I am. So this is really an expansion of those teachings that Saint Germain gave through Godfrey Ray King. This is really a way to understand the ancient tantric teachings. And some people have a hard time with the word Buddhism because you think of monks like begging, or you think of Buddha sitting in the jungle or something like that. When I talk about Buddhism, it's not the religion. Buddha simply means someone who is awake, and Buddhism is the science of awakening your heart and awakening your mind and awakening your speech. Enlightened activity. So it's a way to wake up to your own divine nature. It's not just about the violet Tara. She is a way to give these practices. If I was to do this, like next week, the green Tara, or we're going to talk about Amitabha Buddha or Chenrezig or something, then we really get into heavy duty Buddhism, which I don't think people have joined this group to find out about. There are plenty of Buddhist groups available. This is to give the essence of the science of mind teachings, the science of becoming an enlightened being functioning in the world, in your daily life, and how to see yourself as a creator, how to actually create enlightened activity in your daily life. It's important when you do the prostration in the beginning to be flat out on the floor and have your hands over your head and imagine that you're touching the feet of God. Now, God can be any form you want. I like to think of it as my I am presence. Could be Saint Germain, could be Mother Mary, or the Violet Tara, whoever you want. And at that time, your third eye should be really on the floor or on the ground. You know, it's symbolic of bringing God to earth. So if you're doing it right, when you're flat out on the floor like that, you will feel energy coming in through your hands, going through your head, through your whole body. And it's very energizing, and it's a heart-opening experience. So it doesn't seem to be any other questions here. Someone asked, is this inclusion of Eastern methods my embellishment or Saint Germain? This is definitely at the request of Saint Germain. He guided me to study Tibetan Buddhism again. I had studied it in my youth, and then during my time studying with Pearl, I completely immersed myself in her teachings. But after she made the change, after she ascended, I was guided to go back and immerse myself in Tibetan Buddhism again. And now he's really showing me that this is very important, because it helps you understand the nature of your mind. A lot of the ascended master groups they just seem to worship the masters, and they're always new and more masters and their twin rays and what their temple is and what color to wear and all that. And then there's lots of emphasis on decreeing, which is great, but a lot of it comes from ego, and it strengthens the sense of the human self unless you do it from a place of surrender to the I am presence. So this is something Saint Germain really wants to come forth. So that's why I stress the meditation aspect, where most of the ascended master groups that read the teachings of Godfrey Ray King and the Summit Lighthouse and so on, they are more into focusing the human will through affirmations. I'd like to tell you the story of Buddha's tooth before we begin. This kind of reveals a little bit the nature of Tantra. There's the story of a merchant in Tibet who had an elderly mother, and he was going on a long journey across Tibet. And he asked his mother if he could bring her something from this distant town. And she said, well, I hear that they have Buddha's tooth there, that after Buddha died and the body was cremated, they found his teeth in the ashes, and that if you had one of these teeth, you would become enlightened very quickly. So she asked him as a present to bring back one of these teeth for her, so she could become enlightened. She was quite elderly, and she did not want to die without attaining the rainbow body, without ascending. And she knew if she had this tooth of Buddha, that would facilitate that. So he left. He told her he'd bring the tooth, but he got very busy with his journey. And when he came back, he was coming back into town. He remembered that he was going to see his mother. He remembered he forgot the tooth. And of course, there wasn't a tooth anyway. I don't think anyone has one of Buddha's teeth, but there's the story about that these teeth exist, you know. So he thought, oh no, I forgot to bring my mother a present. What am I going to do? Well, on the way to her house, he saw a dead dog in the gutter. And he took a rock and obtained one of the teeth of the dog. And then he saw someone selling a beautiful silk handkerchief. So he cleaned up the tooth and he wrapped it in a silk handkerchief and tied a ribbon around it. And he gave it to his mother and told her it was Buddha's tooth. And she was so excited. After he left, she started doing puja. She started worshiping the tooth. And when she looked at this tooth, she would do prostrations to the tooth and visualize Buddha. And she became enlightened in a few months and attained the rainbow body. She ascended. So consciousness. So every day we're faced with what we want to put our attention on. When you get up in the morning, if you think, oh, another day and it's cloudy and it may snow and I'm going to have to shovel the driveway and there's not enough money in my bank account to pay all my bills, and I think I might have some health problem, and so gave me a dirty look at the store. I wonder why they're not talking to me. You come up with all these negative things and they cycle around in your head during the day. And for some reason, the mind tends to focus on negative things more naturally than the positive things. So through meditation, you tune into the light within, you tune into yourself as a creator, and through affirmations, you clean your mind, you clean out all those dregs of those negative associations and focus on positive things. You think of it during the day, how many times some negative thought comes up, that you could change that, even if someone cuts you off in traffic, and you want to swear at them or you get angry at them, then you find out later it's a dear friend that did a lot of good things for you, and then you feel bad. So, it was okay to get angry, but then you can let go of the anger. So try to see, okay, maybe that person was sent to me to cut me off, to get me in touch with my anger. I should be grateful to them. So, so these practices are all sort of have that intent to help you turn your mind around, to focus on the positive. So by visualizing the violet Tara as a deity, you get in touch with the fact that you are a deity. I mean, if you can create a God, what does that make you? So violet Tara is an aspect of your own I am presence. So most people find it difficult to visualize their I am presence in action because it doesn't even really have a physical body. It's a ball of light emanating rainbows. So it's hard maybe to visualize that you're that while you're driving your car or when you're going shopping, that you are the I am presence. But it's much easier to visualize a person above you or going before you, So the violet Tara is kind of your means to be a deity in the world. But you can visualize yourself as the green Tara, or visualize yourself as Saint Germain or Jesus or Mother Mary. And I met with somebody the other day, and while we were talking, they were telling me their problems. And instead of focusing on their problems, their unfortunate situation, I visualized this woman as the violet Tara. And I kept holding that, and suddenly she stopped talking, and it's just like a light bulb went on. She lit up. And as she lit up, I lit up, and we both just sat there speechless with this beautiful light coming in. Now, if I had just felt sorry for her because of this problem, I would have got sucked into her despair or her depression, and then we would have both been feeling bad. So instead, I said, I am the violet Tara in action in this woman, and I am the violet Tara myself. So there's two violet Taras then, both blessing each other. The violet Tara in me is blessing the violet Tara in you. And now, before we begin our meditation, that brings me to another point. Traditionally, to do any of these tantric practices, you are supposed to receive empowerment from the Lama that teaches you the practice. So I've been empowered to do this by Saint Germain. So I'd just like us to be still for a minute and then just feel I am the presence of Saint Germain. So the light in my heart is going to the light in your heart. I empower you as a representative of Saint Germain. I empower you to do the Violet Tara practice. And now you accept that in your heart. Saint Germain, thank you for your empowerment. And now I'd like to do, let's see. Trying to find my way around here. So first, dedicate, I'm reading actually from the book, I Am the Violet Tara. This is page 81. You don't have to go there because I'll read it. This is dedicating the practice for the benefit of humanity. So this is very important. This is not just so I get high or I ascend. It's dedicated. So may my enlightenment benefit everyone else. May I achieve enlightenment so I can be of benefit to humanity. And this actually opens the door to your own ascension. So enter a state of peaceful awareness, free of thoughts. So you do this, let go of the past, let go of the future. Don't try to understand or figure anything out. Just be completely in the present. You can feel the in-breath and the out-breath. Enter a state of peaceful awareness, allowing your mind to settle in the soft open spot near your heart. That's like right here. Just be aware of the presence in your heart where your God flame is anchored. And see yourself seated in a beautiful amethyst temple. You can imagine that this temple is in the center of the earth. We don't need to take a train there or a UFO. Where your attention is, there you are. So my attention is now, I'm in this temple in the center of the earth, and you are all there with me. It has amethyst pillars. It's a round temple, the amethyst pillars, and a floor of white marble. And outside the temple are the lords of the four directions. And in the sky surrounding the temple are the seven mighty Elohim. And gradually before you appears the violet Tara, a beautiful goddess made of violet light. She is holding an amethyst sphere in her hands. And she also has a sword made of amethyst and a mala, which represent the three aspects, mantra, mudra, and visualization. Her arms are outstretched toward you, and myriad rays of violet light emanate from her heart to yours. Now pray to Saint Germain, and again, ask him to amplify this empowerment of the violet Tara. Beloved Master Saint Germain, please empower this deity and make her real. Manifest the violet Tara in my life right now, fully self-sustained, a living goddess for the benefit of all. O great violet Tara, beloved Divine Mother, you who are an emanation of the light from the heart of creation with which I am one, I implore you, release your violet fire of purification through my mind, feelings, and world. Purify and transmute wherever needed this very moment. Thank you. I know it is already done. Now, before we continue, I would like to do the breath of fire. This energizes you and brings you more into your energy body so you can feel the violet light in every cell of your body. So when you do this yourself, you can do it more times if you want, but I don't want anybody to pass out here. So we'll only do it about 40 times. You exhale all the air first, then you inhale, exhale very quickly. It's called the breath of fire. Then you're going to hold it for about 40 seconds, then exhale it all, and then feel the energy circulating through your body. So and just feel the energy in your body. That energy is going down into your feet. The soles of your feet have a sun under each foot. And that light is going back up through your legs, into your solar plexus, on up the central channel in your spine, up through to your heart. Feel like a sun in your heart, and that light is radiating to every cell in your body. The subtle nervous system of your body is being filled with rays of light emanating out into space. It's going through your shoulders, your arms, into the palms of your hands. Your fingers are energized with light. It goes on up into your head. Your third eye is energized. Your whole head is filled with light. Your head is a crystal radiating light into space. And above you is your I am presence, a ball of golden light surrounded by a rainbow, radiating multicolored light into space. I am the presence of God that I am. Let's just sit in this awareness for a few minutes. And just feel, I am the presence of the living God. You can keep the tip of your tongue against the roof of your mouth. That completes the energy circuit. If your mind wanders, just observe the in-breath and the out-breath. Any thought that comes up, you just label it thinking and come back to the breath and allow the awareness to settle in the area of the center of your chest. So now you just be aware of the violet Tara who has materialized in front of you. Emanating rays of violet light streaming from her heart, streaming from the palms of her hands. She has tremendous love and compassion for you. She is the embodiment of forgiveness. She forgives you for everything and asks you to forgive everyone else. You can just feel for a minute, I am forgiveness. She is your sister, your enlightened sister, helping you to forgive everyone. And she becomes brighter and brighter, more intense. And then she merges with you. You feel that her heart and your heart are one. There are rays of violet light pouring from your heart out into space. You are emanating forgiveness to the world. And you feel, I am the violet Tara. I am violet Tara. I am Tara of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am Tara of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am Tara of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. And do this on your own now, feeling yourself as violet Tara. I am Violet Tara, radiant goddess from the heart of creation. I am pouring forth love, purity, wisdom, and forgiveness wherever needed, transmuting everything into its inherent perfection and bringing God's divine plan to earth this very moment. So be it. Feel your light radiating out from the center of the earth, filling the earth, going out into space. As we do this practice, this is changing humanity. Every positive thought is affecting everyone else on the earth. So gradually, you're going to dissolve your visualization of yourself as the violet Tara. That she returns to where she was. She returns to being in front of you, and then she dissolves into light. But you can ask her to also reside above you in a beautiful pink lotus blossom. So, beloved Violet Tara, please reside above me during the coming week and bless all those I encounter or even think about. Even if I forget about you, I ask you to be fully self-sustained and come forth and bless every person I encounter and every place that I go. Radiate your purifying light, your love, and your fire of forgiveness. And please remind me to forgive everyone that wrongs me or everyone that irritates me. Remind me to forgive them. Thank you, beloved goddess. We give thanks, O Tara, for your grace, guidance, and blessings. Please help us remember you and be with us always. We thank you. So we are now not the same being we were an hour ago. Feel that energy pouring through you. That is the blessing of your own I am presence as well as Saint Germain. He is very grateful to you for doing this. For you now become angels of the violet flame. You become an assistant to Saint Germain. Instead of calling on him all the time to send the violet flower here or there, you become a transmitter of the violet flame yourself. So gradually you open your eyes and you can become aware of the floor or what is in front of you. And you're observing still the in-breath and the out-breath. You can be completely in the present moment, feeling I am the presence of the living God in action throughout this day. And you don't need to be serious, you can have fun, but just keep the awareness of on the center of your being and observe what thoughts go through your mind, that you do not have to identify with the thoughts. Thoughts will come, thoughts will go. But you are not your thoughts, you are the observer of them. And you can always call forth love, compassion, forgiveness. So I'm going to end the meeting here on this high note, and I will keep you informed of future meetings. And those of you on Facebook, feel free to join the Violet Tara group. It's a private group. And to join, you have to enter the name of the particular Lama on the last page. That's just so the people in the group are serious about the practice. So again, thank you for being in this Sangha, and I'm grateful for your presence in my life. Have a beautiful day.